Hello students, welcome to our polity class series. In this class, we will discuss the part 17th of Indian Constitution. In the previous class, we have discussed part 16th of the Indian Constitution. In the part series of Indian Constitution, our today's topic is 17th part of the Constitution. The part 17 of Indian Constitution generally deal with the official language of the Republic of India. In this class, we will discuss the official languages of the state as well as the official languages of the union and state. What are the official language for High Court, Supreme Court, and subordinate court also, and who has power, who can basically work to spread the languages of India or in the on the in the form reform of languages in India. So part 17 in this class, the title of the part 17 is official languages. So we have to understand the official language of the state, official language of the center, as official language of the center as well as the Supreme Court and High Court. The part 17th of Indian Constitution deal with the article 343 to 351. So in this class, we have to discuss the article 343 to article 351. It's also outlined the language policy of the country, including the official language of the union, regional languages. We will also discuss regional languages and the use of Hindi and English. Part 17, official language. In this part, we have to discuss chapter 1, the language of the union. A part of the part 17th of Indian Constitution, the official language of Indian Constitution are also mentioned in the Schedule 8 of the Indian Constitution. Schedule 8 says that there are total 22 official language in India. So according to the Schedule 8, there are total 22 official languages in India. Previously, there were total 14 languages, means in original constitution, there were total 14 official languages of India. Laterly, 8 official languages were added, including Sindhi, Dogri, Maithili, Santali, Nepali. So all these official languages means 8 official languages added laterally with amendment, and at present there are 22 official languages. The part of part 17, Schedule 8 is also dealing with the official languages. And according to Schedule 8, how many official languages are India have? India have total 22 official languages, and originally there were total 14 official languages in India. Clear? So now we have to discuss chapter 1, or which is related to the official languages or languages of the union, and we have to understand the article 343, 344 and 345 in this chapter. Clear? Okay. So let's move to our chapter first, languages of the union, and what does chapter first says? Okay, first we have to discuss Article 343 under Chapter 1. And Article 343 is the article which is dealing with the official language of the Union. So according to Article 343, it is mentioned that what are the official language for the Union of India. Okay, as we all know, Hindi is the official language of Union of India, and Hindi will be written in Devanagari only. The Devanagari script Hindi is the official language of Union of India under Article 343. Clear? So Hindi in the Devanagari script is the official language of the Union. Also, the form of numerals. Second point is the form of numerals to be used for the official purpose of the union shall be international form of Indian numerals. The numerals that will use for the union of a state will be the international form of Indian numerals. But Constitution Article 343 provide that the official language of the union will be Hindi in Devanagari script. Okay, there is another point related to the official languages, North with standing in clause 1. Okay, when Hindi declare as the official languages of the India in Indian Constitution during 1947 to 50, some of the South Indian state opposed it. As in South India, Hindi is not basically generally spoken language. So South Indian peoples oppose against the decision of the central government of India that they do not understand or they don't know Hindi language. So due to this, for a period of 15 years from the commencement of the constitution, the English shall continue be to use for all the official purpose of the union for which it was being used immediately such commencement. As we were the part of colonial of British and British rule, so when constitution was forming, the constitution assembly was very clear that we have to remove English from our constitution and we have to declare Hindi in Devanagari script as our official languages. But after the opposing by the South India people, the constitution or the constitution assembly continue English as for used for 15 year as the official purpose of the union for it was being immediately before such commencement, provided that the president may during the said period by order authorize the use of Hindi language in addition to the English language also. So it provide all the powers to the president that by the order of president, Hindi or English language can be declared as official. And of the Devanagari form of numerals in addition to international form of Indian numerals for any of the official purpose of the union. Clear? So 343 article is very simple. It says that the Devanagari Hindi in Devanagari script is the official language for India, but is also said that when British or when South Indian opposed Hindi as became the official languages, that for 15 years English will continue as the official languages of India, and president has power by order he can declare Hindi and English as a official language, and the numerals will be used which are coming from the Devanagari form in addition to the international form of Indian numerals as well as. Parliament may by law provide for the use after the said period of 15 years of English language or Devanagari from form of numeral for such purpose as may be specified in the law. Means after 15 years, Parliament can decide or Parliament can basically provide or can form a law or can make a law through which the Parliament can remove Hindi or can shall continue the English. Okay, shall remove English and can continue the Hindi as a official language according to the situation. So initially it was mandatory that for 15 years we can use English language as a official language, but the clause third of Article 343 says that the laterly after the period of 15 years, the English language or the Devanagari form of numbers for such purpose or may be specified in the law according to the situation only. Next is Article 344. What does Article 344 says? According to the article, basically it deal with the commissions and committee of the parliament on official languages. Article 344. Article 344 basically dealing with the commission and committee of the parliament of on official language. Simply, the president can create a committee or a commission to basically create or basically to make a law on related to the official languages. The president shall, at the expiration of 5 years from the commencement of the constitution or expiration of 10 years from the such commencement by order, constitute a commission. Means after the 5 years or after the 10 year of the commencement of the constitution, president by order can constitute a commission which shall consist a chairman. Means the committee or the commission shall consist a chairman and such other person representing the different language specified in the 8th schedule as president may appoint. Means According to Article 344, as we already discussed in 8 schedules, there are total 22 official languages. So, apart of Hindi and English, we have to work on other 22 official languages or other official languages which are mentioned in our constitution. So, according to the Article 344, the president by order can make or can form a commission or a committee after the 5 years or the 10 years of expiration of from the commencement of the constitution. The committee must consist a chairman, means there must be a chairman of the committee, and there will be some other representative members of the other official language which are specified in the 8th schedule. And what will be the work of the commission? The commission the commission will work for the progressive use of the Hindi language for the official purpose of the union. The first major purpose of the commission would be basically it work as the progressive use of the Hindi language for the official purpose of the union. Restriction on the use of the English language for all and any of the official purpose of the union. And the second major purpose that it will restrict the use of English language. The third purpose will be the language to be used for all of any of the purpose mentioned in Article 348. We will discuss what is Article 348 language to be used in Supreme Court and High Court. So the commission will work that what language will be used in in Supreme Court and High Court, as well as the form of numerals to be used for any one or more specific purpose of the union. It also work, and any other matters refers to the commission by the president as regard for the official language of union and language for the communication between union and state or between one state or another state and their use. So simply Article 344 explain that Parliament or President will by order can constitute a commission. The commission consists of chairman and some other members which represent the different language which mentioned in 8th schedule. Also, the major purpose of the commission is to basically spread the use of Hindi language as the official purpose of the union. Also restrict the use of the English language as a union. It also explains what are the language will be used in Supreme Court and High Court, which is mentioned under Article 348. It also basically work on the form of numeral to be used, and also which language will be used by as a official language for the union and language for the communication between union and states as well as two states. Clear? So Article 344 explain the commission and committee and the function of the commission and committee. So this was the chapter first. We have discussed language of the union, where we have discussed 343 official language of the union and commission for the union. Now part 17 chapter 2 explain the regional languages. So in this section we will have to discuss the Article 345, 346 and 347. So what does Article 345 explain? Article 345 explain the official language or language of a state. In previous chapter we have discussed the language of the center. Now we will discuss the official language of the state. What will be the official language to communicate between one or more than one states and communicate between state and center. So let's discuss Article 345. According to the Article 345, the legislature of a state may by law adopt any one or more of the language in use in a state, or Hindi as the language to be used of all of the official purpose of the state. So what will be the official language for the state? The state has right, a state can adopt any one or more than one language from Schedule 8 of Indian Constitution. Apart of this, a state can also adopt Hindi as its official languages or for its official purpose. It also says that until the language for a state will not be provided, till then English will continue as the language of the state for its official purpose. So there are two clauses in Article 345. First clause says that a state can adopt any one or more than one language, or can adopt Hindi as a language. And it also said that until the legislature of a state does not decide the language of the state by law, the English shall continue to be used for the purpose of for those official purpose within the state for which it was being used immediately before the commencement of the constitution. Clear? Article 345, official language of the state. According to this, a state can choose one or more than one states. Like uh, Uttarakhand have two official languages. First is Hindi and second is Sanskrit. So under Article 345, Uttarakhand basically made two official languages, Hindi and Sanskrit. So this is mentioned in Article 345. Also 345, English shall continue until the state legislature cannot make the official languages by law also. What is Article 346? It explains the official language for communication between one state and another state, or between a state and the union also. So according to Article 346, the language of the communication between one state or another state, or between a state and union, shall be Hindi or English only. So two states can communicate between English or Hindi, or state or center can communicate between English and Hindi. So it is specified under Article 346 that either English or Hindi can be used as an official language to communicate between two states. It also provides that if two or more states agree that the Hindi language shall be the language for the communication between such state, that language may be used for the such communication. So state agreement is necessary. If all the states are agree, then Hindi can be declared as the official language for communication. So clear? Article 345 and Article 346. Next is Article 347. What does Article 347 says? Special provision related to the language spoken by a section of population of the state. Let's suppose if the official language of a state is Hindi or Sanskrit, and a particular section is using Kumauni. So Article 347 deal with the special provisions related to the language spoken by a section of the population of a state. On a demand being made in the behalf of the president may, if he is satisfied that a substantial proportion of the population of a state desire to use any language spoken by them to be recognized by that state directly, that such language also be officially recognized throughout that state or any part therefore such purpose as he may specify. Means if president is satisfied, if the proposal is proposed on the behalf of the president, or present can be present on the front of the president, if president is satisfied that this language is really spoken by the particular local authority, then this language also can be declared as the official language of that particular state, and it can be declared as the recognized official language of or particular state, or a specific portion of the or specific part of the state. Clear? So this is what Article 347 says. Now the next is Chapter 3rd, Language of the Supreme Court and High Court, according to Article 348. So in this section, we will discuss two articles 348 and 349. Language of the Supreme Court and High Court. So Article 348 says that language to be used in Supreme Court and High Court for act and bills, etc. What does this say? Now standing anything in forgiving proposal of this part until Parliament by law otherwise provide. Means the language of the Supreme Court and High Court can be provided by the Parliament of India. all proceeding in the Supreme Court and in every High Court, including of all bills to be introduced or amendment, therefore to moved in either house of the parliament or in either house of the state legislature, or if there is an act passed by parliament or the state legislature of all ordinance promulgated by the president or governor in all order, rules, regulation, and bylaws issued under the constitution or under any law made by the parliament or state legislature shall be in English language. Means in simple language, in simple term, we can say that according to the constitution, the official languages for Supreme Court and High Court would be English. High Court and Supreme Court only work in English related to these matter. What kind of matters? If there is a bill passed in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, either Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, then the bill can be introduced by in English language only. The first criteria is that. Second, if president or governor make any law through ordinance. What is ordinance? Ordinance is a power of a governor and a president through which, in absence of parliament or state legislature, president and governor can make law respectively. So if there is a ordinance passed by the president or governor, then it must be in English language, or it shall be in the English language. Part 3rd of Indian Constitution of all orders, rules, regulation and bylaws issued under the Constitution or any law through parliament or legislature. Mean if any rules in any order passed by the parliament, if any regulation passed by the parliament, then it shall be in English language only. Clear? The simple term, the Supreme Court and High Court language would be English. What does clause second says of Article 348? The clause second of Article 348 explain that notwithstanding anything in sub-clause of clause 1, the governor of a state may, with the previous consent of the president, authorize the use of Hindi language or any other language used for any official purpose of the state in proceeding in High Court having its principal seats in the state, provided that nothing in this clause shall apply to any judgment, decrees, or order passed or made by the such High Court. Means, if governor wants, then with the permission of the president, he can allow or apply Hindi or any official language as the official language of the state in the High Court proceeding, a part of any judgment, a part of any decree, or a part of any order made by the High Court. Mean if a High Court made any order, if High Court passed any judgment, then it must be in English language. A part of this, if there is any issues or if there is any procedure, then with the permission of president, governor can allow Hindi or other official languages to the state of that particular area. What is Article 349? Article 349 explains the special procedure for enactment of certain law related to the language. It says that during the period of 15 years from the commencement of the Constitution, no bill or amendment making provision for the language to be used for any purpose of mention under Article 348 shall be introduced or moved in either house of the parliament except with the previous section of the president, and the president shall not give such sanction except after he has taken into consideration the recommendation of the commission constituted under clause 1 of article 344 and report of the committee constituted under clause 4 of that article. Means basically, before the commencement of the constitution, during the period of 15 years, any bill or any amendment cannot be used under article 348. Means a part of English, the other languages will not be used after the commencement of the constitution of 15 years. Also, it also explained the committee report under clause 1 of 344 and clause 4 of 344. So 349 deal with the special procedure for enactment of certain laws related to the language only. Clear? Next and last is Chapter 4th of Part 17, which deals with the special directives. What does Chapter 15 say? There is a four Article 350, Article 350A, Article 350B, and Article 351. What does Article 350 says? Language to be used in representation for redress of grievance. Every person shall be entitled to submit a representation for redress of any grievance to any office or authority of India state in any of the language used in union or state the case may be. Means if I want Article 358, it facilitate for instruction in mother tongue at a primary level. Means for primary level, every person should read or should basically learn the mother tongue, learn education in the mother tongue only. So it shall be endeavor of every state and of every local authority within the state to provide adequate facilities for instruction in mother tongue as a primary state of education to children belonging to the linguistic minorities groups. And also president may issue such a direction to any state as he consider necessary or proper for securing the provision of such facilities as well as. So under Article 358A on the primary level education, mother tongue language must be used or president has power. He can make rules related to this provision. That what does Article 350B? Special officers for linguistic minorities mean appointment of the special committee or officers which deal with the linguistic minorities language. There shall be a special officer for linguistic minorities to appointed by the president, and the officer must be appointed by directly by the president only. It shall be the duty of the special officer to investigate all the matters related to the safeguard provided for linguistic minorities under the constitution, and he has to submit his reports under president upon those matters at such interval as president may direct, and president shall cause all such reports to be laid before each house of the parliament and sent to the government of the state concerned as well as. So there must be a special officer for linguistic minorities which was directly appointed by the president, and this officer must conduct investigate all the matters related to the safeguard of minorities language, and also he has to submit his reports to the president, and if required president can present the report in both the houses as well as president can send the report to the government of the state concerned. And the last article is Article 351, which deal with the direction for development of the Hindi language. Article 351 says that the union as well as the state will work for the development of the Hindi language. They made rules and regulation to basically develop the Hindi language as well as the other official languages which are mentioned in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution. So this is Article 351, direction for development of the Hindi language. Clear? So this is the session. Let's quick revise the session this is part 17 of Indian Constitution, which is dealing with the official languages of India. Article 343 explain that English will be the Hindi and English will be the official language of the Union and Hindi in Devanagari script. 344 that a committee must be created by the President of India, and these are the works which a committee will do. Article 345 official languages of the state English and Hindi, and anything official languages can become the state official language, and Article 346 official language for communication between one state and another state, and Article 347 of special provisions related to language spoken by a section of the population of a state. 348 is Supreme Court and High Court official language, which is English, and 349 is special provision related to the some certain cases. And 350 language to be used in representation of redress of grievance. 350A Mother tongue at primary level, 350B official or special officer for linguistic minorities, and 351 that parliament will work to develop the English language. Clear? So I hope you understand this session. Thank you.